The flange is already set. The drywall is going up tomorrow, and nobody measured the center line to the sidewall. That's how a rough-in fails inspection. Not because the plumber didn't know what they were doing, because two separate rule systems govern toilet placement, and most people only know one of them. Here's the split you need to understand. The Florida Building Code 8th edition governs clearances, the minimum empty space around a toilet once it's installed. Industry standards and manufacturer specifications govern the rough-in heights and offsets, where the pipe, the flange, and the supply line land in the floor and wall before a single fixture is set. Miss either one, and you're jackhammering concrete. Start with the clearances. Florida Building Code Section P2705.1 sets these in stone. The toilet's center line, measured to the center of the drain flange, must sit no less than 15 inches from any sidewall or obstruction. Not 14 3/4, not close enough. 15 inches. If you've got a vanity on one side and a wall on the other, both measurements must independently clear 15 inches. In front of the toilet, you need 21 inches of clear space from the front of the bowl to any wall, cabinet, or fixture. Florida Building Code Section P2705.1 sets 21 inches. Use 21. Some jurisdictions historically enforced 18 inches from older code cycles. Florida does not. If there's a second fixture sharing the wall, a bidet, a second toilet in a double occupancy layout, the center-to-center distance must be no less than 30 inches. That's 15 inches claimed by each fixture on either side of the shared center line. There's no compression allowed. Now the rough-in measurements. And this is where the two rule systems diverge completely. The standard toilet rough-in is 12 inches from the finished back wall to the center of the closet flange. Not the framing, not the drywall before it's hung, the finished wall surface. That 12-inch dimension accounts for the full wall assembly. When you're setting the flange in rough framing, you're typically working 13.5 to 14 inches back from the stud face to leave room for drywall. There are 10-inch and 14-inch rough-in toilets as well, but the 12-inch is the industry default. And if you set a 12-inch flange and the owner buys a 10-inch toilet, the gap behind the tank becomes a maintenance problem and a conversation about proper installation per the manufacturer's instructions, which Florida Building Code Section P2703.1 requires you to follow. The flange itself must sit 1/4 inch above the finished floor surface, not flush, not recessed. 1/4 inch proud of the tile, vinyl, or concrete. That height allows the wax ring to compress correctly and create a sealed connection without the horn of the flange bearing against the floor and rocking under load. This comes from Universal Industry Standard Practice codified in ANSIZ 124 wax ring specifications and enforced by every major manufacturer's installation documentation. The supply line rough-in follows the same pattern. The water supply stub-out lands 6 inches to the left of the flange center line, 8 1/4 inches above the finished floor. That position keeps the supply valve accessible, keeps the angle stop clear of the bowl, and matches the flex supply line geometry that every toilet on the market assumes. Here are the numbers as a complete set. Flange center to finished back wall, 12 inches. Flange center to sidewall, 15 inches minimum. Flange height above finished floor, 1/4 inch. Supply stub-out, 6 inches left of center, 8 1/4 inches above finished floor. Front clearance, 21 inches. Adjacent fixture center to center, 30 inches. Those numbers don't change because the room is small. They don't compress because the tile is thicker than expected. The Florida Building Code clearances and the industry standard rough-in heights are hard constraints set before the first fixture ever arrives on site. And if the flange is set wrong, if it's an inch off center, a 1/4 inch too low, or missing the 15-inch side clearance, you are not adjusting trim. You are cutting concrete. Set the numbers before the slab closes. Everything downstream of that decision either fits or it doesn't. If this kept you from a mistake on your next project, share it with the crew. Subscribe for more Florida Building Code breakdowns every week.